Hey guys, welcome back. Part 4 of the deep playthrough of Dishonored 2 Death of the Outsider. We just finished freeing up Dot, our former mentor, and he asked us to embark on one final mission, an assassination I assume, or if I recall correctly, of the Outsider himself, which of course fully corresponds to the title of this DLC, Death of the Outsider. We completed that main objective here in the Albarca. Man, I continue to forget that name. Albarca or Cantera, whatever. I know it's 3 A's, but all the other letters I keep on mixing up. That was our main objective over here in the Albarca bathhouse, besides 2 contracts that we also fulfilled in the previous part. So let's make our way now back to the boat where we will meet up with Dot. Holy shit.
We got 'em all.
Damn.
Boxing champion's my ass.
Yeah. That was pretty gruesome. We will meet up with Dot, where we will go over the details of our new assassination scheme. Okay, I took something from her, not sure what. Yeah, I also read that you can read it here in the mission clues that the guard reinforcements. The Grand Guard is aware of illegal activity at the Albarca baths. Guards are waiting for reinforcements to begin an investigation of the premises. That is actually probably what now is going on. So the Grand Guard has entered the building and are probably sweeping it clean, and we have to make our way out of it. Pretty good. Whoa, can you check out the detail on those cracked tiles? Man, I love modern gaming. Gaming back in the mid-90s was just as fun because you didn't know any better. But now you know and you see where we came from with game development. Also, especially with graphics and sound, it's really nice to notice it, and it makes you happy to be where we are. I'm thinking, is there any other way out of this building? No, I don't think so. It is through the front door. At least I didn't notice any other entrance or exit. But this is where the guys are, I would assume, because they shot the poor woman. I guess that was the woman who was holding guard at this door. An eyeless woman from the Eyeless clan. Alright, saving the game regularly. Oh no, this is that woman, I think, who held guard. And that's one thing I noticed. Quite often NPCs fall through the ground in this game, but yeah, it's a minor thing. Yeah, we don't have our powers yet, so we are not invisible or anything, so we really have to mind our way. And I am going to I hear some rats, to ask the rats for advice. The rats have their so-called rat whispers. Gross. And they can give you, albeit cryptical, but they can give you hints on the level you're in. We have one dude over there strolling around. Yeah, I can't see him, so I'm not sure whether I'm in the clear. I assume there are more. There's a guy all the way over there. So just take a chance.
Huh.
Let's take a chance. I hear a lighter. Somebody is lighting a cigarette.
Stupid. Fucking damn dusty shit.
Okay. He is not too happy. Or he doesn't sound too happy. Probably it's also not that nice of a job shooting people all day. Unless you're into those things. Man, it's... I would almost say it is too quiet. Ah, here's a dude. Oh man, he can almost see us, I would say. Is he in the line of sight of the other dudes? I think so. They have like on very hard, they have like really huge wide fields of vision. So you really have to consider that. But we have one down, that's always good. And the other one, if it is only one, should also not pose that big of a problem. I'm not sure whether this is not the wisest thing to do. That's
So let's see.
Is that the only guy, or do we have more friendlies? And also, if I go peek outside like this, ah, there he is. I am not impervious to detection.
Something feels wrong.
You mean this? On easier difficulties, if you peek out, nobody can see you peeking out. But on very hard, you're maybe not as visible as standing in the middle of the street, but you are still detectable. Oh wait, it's over here. By the way, I got very lucky because I indeed already had a hunch there was another third one. And he could of course easily have noticed us while carrying his body or choking his body.
Martha, won't you marry me?
Unconscious.
12 weeks I have been at sea.
And he's actually next in line. Am I making it before he turns around? Let's sure hope so. We'll bump him into the gate. Like so. He will wake up tomorrow, probably with a slight headache. But that's risk of being a member of the Grand Guard, I would say. Oh. Holy shit! This is not cool. I didn't expect him. So what we do with him, because I still am an animal lover, I will not kill him because I don't think you can knock. I don't think you can choke a dog. I can try in the next or in the future, but not now. I will just stun him with our super stun weapon, like so. But there were actually 2 dogs. Oh man, I hear a guy. Ooh! That was also a really close call. Let's save before we do something stupid. There were 2 dogs, but I think the other dog, he killed out some NPCs on the street, and there was also a dead dog there. So I guess that was also his own demise, that rampage. So I don't think there's any other dog anymore. This was the last one that we just electrified. Yes. And immediately get this guy. Thank you very much. Cool physics. Graffiti works in-game. I think we can just go ahead. It's not like the guys brought anything new with them. The Grand Guard worth looting. So, pawn shop, trusted pawnbroker, Estebanemos. Yeah, and we pretty much explored. Yeah, we conform the theme of a deep story playthrough. We explored pretty much every nook and cranny of this HUD. So let's get back to the boat. The dogs, they were sleeping here initially. There are some rats. I cannot activate them from this far away to hear their rat whispers. But that's no problem. We can also manage.
Did I imagine that? No,
Oh shit.
I'm sure.
Oops. Karnaka. Ooh. You see how perceptive they are? I think I really went out of sight before she turned her head right. But they have like this 180-degree field of vision. So their field of view is higher than the 80, the default 80 that Arcane Studios gave us as a player in the graphic options. So we have to mind that. You see the graphics loading in so slowly. Now they only pop in.
I don't know, but I saw something. What? Did I imagine that? No.
She saw the arm of her colleague. I would get startled by that as well. But the question is, would I even have seen that arm? It's again a testament of their eagle eye vision. So let's get this guy out of the way. And
I saw something.
casually That's the only problem of doing this. When you're doing it, it's actually pretty exciting, but you have no idea if you just rush forward and get them. Nice flora. Whether other guys are also strolling around over there and can see you. But that's just sometimes a chance you have to take. I don't think her neck is really comfortable like this. So I will... No, this is also not that comfortable. This is better. A bit support from the wall here. Nice sleepy time for her. Let's get some red whispers. I think they're talking about dogs.
He brought us food, delicious food, soft, good flesh, blood like trust, blood like betrayal. She never knew.
He and she, no idea who they're talking about.
Weeps, drink dark blood, screaming kin, hunts us. His knife is fast.
Somebody is hunting them.
Claws, sniff us out and swallow us alive.
I think that was about the dogs. Sniff us out and eat us alive or something along those lines. Okay.
Think you're smart? I'll find you!
Okay, somebody is onto us.
Hello? Anybody? Don't make me search the whole place. I don't have time for that. Huh? What's going on here? Stop!
God damn it. He was there pretty quickly. And it's probably because we didn't crouch. If you, even if you're out of view, they, even if you're on a different floor, they hear you if you walk around normally. Damn! I didn't...
No, I'm sure.
I didn't save this whole endeavor. Ah, she's already gone. We of course have our little bow here that we can throw, that one.
It looked like, I don't know, but I saw something.
God damn it. So, and now I'm gonna save this one because doing this 3 times or succeeding 2 times is enough. Go lie behind your colleague. He is like this arm gesture, like get away from me. Or no, he's actually sucking on his own thumb like a little baby asleep. Let's get the other dude. Or, yeah, just for completion's sake, do a couple of whispers.
Sick madness stuck in her mind. All these buzzing streets ensues, all fearless. Bite, 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 bite. Licking blood from dead man's fingers. Taste of terror, of cheers, of treason. She cut off for us to hide in her bellies.
Hide in her bellies.
Rice food, delicious food, soft, good flesh, blood like trust, blood like betrayal. She never knew. He sneaks along in the dark, leaves, drink dark blood of her screaming kin. Haunts us, his eyes fast. Long teeth and claws, sniff us out and swallow us alive.
Last one.
Tasted bitter, sent an empty bottle rolling the street, numbness and blindness, poisoned food.
Okay.
Down to the bone, gnaw and mash, eat it all up, yes, eat it all up.
Okay, this is really the last one.
Fire has to keep us away by burning herself. All alight, tough, scary, scary.
Why?
I'll be wiping off your blood.
Oh damn. That didn't go as planned. God. Okay, I don't think those red whispers count to any collectible anyways, so yeah, I'm not even sure why I listened to them the second time. It was more like that I want to listen to some new ones that we didn't hear before yet. But now I won't listen at them anymore, because if you also go here to the stats, yeah, there's nothing regarding red whispers that are being counted, and these also didn't give like important hints or anything on where to go. Sometimes they do.
I thought I saw someone right here. Let's check the place just in case.
Okay, this will be a fight because he will notice me.
I wonder who that was.
He is for sure taking his time. Come on, bro. There he comes.
Something feels wrong.
You ready?
God damn it!
Bad move.
Okay, I will not blame my right shoulder button, but I did press block that time, but I'm not really happy with my right shoulder button. It's too often that, for instance, I want to choke somebody out and it just...
I'll have a look around. He's just been knocked out.
Yeah, knocked out. And I have no idea how you could know that.
Hey you! Come here!
I have no idea what that was. Huh? Ah, okay, that's like the... that is our bone charm that gets a stun after each block. And I actually don't like it. I find it a bit overdone, so let's disable that one. Enemies, no. Your sword parry always knocks an enemy down. Replace. You deal greater damage with your sword. I don't even need that one. Just unequip. Sometimes the right button, when I choke, it gives like this blocking animation, and when I want to block, it simply doesn't block. So it could well be me, but I'm just yeah, not fully convinced on that. Rose water jelly, Resina, the amazing new taste, sensation, 51 years of quality. Resina jelly. Rose water jelly. Here, this looks nice, huh? I wouldn't say lifelike, but the art design and stuff, it for sure looks, yeah, it looks real. The smudged stones over here, really cool. Okay, I just can't see very well outside. Ah, now we can. There it seems to be empty. Alright, seems good to go. What's that, by the way? Looks like a water pump or anything. Let's check it out. Yeah, it is a water pump. Let's see if it works. Yeah, this is so cool. They really didn't have to implement that in game, but it's just for crazy explorers like me who like to mess around a bit in the game world, to just give that bit more interactivity. Much appreciated. Sensation, what's that then? The amazing new taste, 51 years quality. Raisin Bellico rosewater jelly. That's the same as that one, but in white. And this is of course Pier Padilla soda. Delicious and refreshing. Very good. Let's see where we need to get back to our boat. So let's just do that. It's a pretty big windmill, if I say so myself. See you in the void, suckers. Okay, sucker. Billy Lurk. And we are actually called Billy, and I also keep on forgetting her other name. Megret? Megret? Wait. Because I do have to, at one point, try to remember that. Megan. So not Megret, Megan. There we go. One last fight. Mission 0 complete. 5 hours 60 minutes. Okay, so I won't break any speed run records. Because a lot of people say, okay, this game is maybe 8 to 10 hours. They are already at the halfway point of the game, and I don't think I am yet. Maybe I am, I don't know how long it is. Civilian skills, okay, 0 kills, merciful. Ghostly, never detected. Yeah, okay, I should maybe be a bit more ghostly. But that takes quite some extra time. And I also otherwise it will be a bit too monotonous. Like in monotony. In the sense that you really cannot use any other weapons besides choking almost, and maybe your electrical stun thing. So I don't mind that much being detected sometimes, as long as I immediately deal with those witnesses there and then, and they not run away and sound the alarm and that the whole place is on fire. So I don't mind the sighting if I immediately smudge that sighting afterwards. And okay, there were 2 bodies detected, I don't know. That might be the reason why that bathhouse in the end was all aggro on me. On the other hand, it could also well be a guy that I lured into the room where I lured a lot of individuals one by one, choking them out over there. That's while they came into that room, they saw the pile of bodies, and that are 1 or 2 of those, the bodies detected. But that also are actually not major detections, because it was more purposefully on my part to lure them into that area. But yeah, whatever. So the stealth, I'm not maintaining too strict adherence to that. Non-lethal, lethal, stealth. Okay, I am between non-lethal and assault, apparently. Bone charms, we have them all. Coins, we have, we missed out on a lot. Paintings, oh damn, we can also get paintings. Okay, that is, I will remember that for going forward. It is a deep playthrough. At Quantum Break I, in the end, really went for a 100% run. That would also be my aim for this game, but yeah, replaying this level and stuff, that really takes too much time, so I'm gonna leave it as is. I will pay more attention on paintings. I actually totally forgot you could pick those, take those with you. So going forward I will hopefully get more of those. I'll pay more attention to them. At least we got the bone charms. We got both contracts fulfilled, and we also did a special action. They hit the jackpot. That was the safe in the other apartment. We sabotaged the workshop. Okay, that's had to do with destroying the stock of red liquor, and we burned Milky. Poor Milky, but yeah, what can you do? Okay, I find it good enough. Let's complete. Or complete, let's continue.
When I first caught sight of Dowd, I was just a broken kid, staying alive out of spite. He cut the throats of 3 men without making a sound, leaving only blood and death in his wake. I don't know what I was hoping for when I followed him that night, but he shared his strange magic with me. And more than that, his skill, his time, his trust, and sometimes his secrets. Now he's not the man he was. Here in his final days, he's got wounds that won't ever heal and regrets as sharp as mine. I know how much that carves you up inside, but I found him. And he wants me to help him make up for a lifetime of sins by killing a god. The Abbey teaches us that the outsider preys on weakness. That the void is the source of doubt, heresy, and suffering. That the outsider is to blame for all our ills. Who knows? Maybe they're right. The same dream. My arm hacked away. My eye hollow and burning. It still aches. Let's hope it's not some kind of omen.
Let me tell you something about the void, Billy Lurk. It touches the minds of the dreaming and the dying alike. And sometimes, dreams can only tell you what you wanted to forget.
I know who you are. Why are you here? What do you want from me?
People usually want something from
What
me.
in the void?
But you don't want my mark, do you, Billy? So I will return something you lost.
Wait, what are you? Ah!
The world was wounded around you. And you carry the scars. You will never be the same. I wonder if you'll like them.
What did he do to me? Of course he shows up now. Shit! Shit! He took my arm! And my face! Is it because of the dreams? Or doubt?
I don't know. Let's check your arm. Oh. We have new abilities. Semblance, impersonate another human. Displace, relocate by swapping positions. Stop time and explore in spirit form. Okay. We also have the quick inventory to the left. To the left is... Oh yeah, you can swap them out. Okay, we will see what we will use. That was a Billy, I guess. Let's see if there's anything... No, nothing mentioned on him. We are now in the second chapter. In his quest to kill the outsider, Dodd has learned of a special twin blade knife that is being held somewhere in Upper Syria. Find out who the eyeless leaders are and where they're keeping that knife. Okay, and the overall mission is to the right, one last job. Dodd is determined to kill the outsider himself and he needs your help to do so. Okay, and we have to meet up with Dodd. And let's read our travel log. One last fight. Okay, here. At last, he's here on my ship, sleeping on Anton's old cot. How long had he been down in that pit at the El Barca baths, taunted like a hound until some fool thought they could take him on. They didn't even know who he was. The eyeless called him the Black Magic Brute. There were more frightening names for him in Dunwall. I don't know what I expected, but it wasn't this. I didn't know how he'd feel about me after what I did to him years ago, but it's like I never left. We're right back in the middle of it, digging into some foul cult, chasing down some mad grudge. But he's older now, weaker. I need your help, he said, like I'd never refuse. Well, I didn't, did I? The outsider. Mothers tell tales about the outsider to children in cradles, filling their nights with fear so they'll behave. For the Abbey, those stories never stop. Every sermon, every stricture, every damn piece of their library is about the dangers of letting the outsider into your head. And now Dodd wants to kill him. No more stories, no more warnings, no more terrible people fighting over promises from the void. I don't know how Dodd got marked by the outsider. I don't know what he had to do or what he was like before he had his magic. But I remember the kind of man it made him and what he did with that power. So maybe he's right. Okay, I think we also... I don't know if the guy that just appeared to us, Billy or something, is the outsider. I have no idea, but he did say something like, "You bear my mark." And I think we also have like... Oh, what's this? Ah, that's our ghost-like persona.
What has the outsider done to me?
Yeah, so that was the outsider, and because he also said something, you bear my mark. And I know that in the letter we just read, or the travel log, they said that Dot bears the outsider's mark. And I seem to recall from somewhere that Dot also gave a similar mark to Billy. So, and again, I am forgetting her name, the other name, Billy, or not Margaret or Margaret, but yeah, now there's nothing here, of course. Whatever. Anyways, I think that was the outsider. Restless night. I thought I'd sleep easy knowing Dot was safe. I don't know why I'm still so foolish. I can't catch a break for a moment, not even when I sleep. I should know that by now. This one was sharper than the rest. I could feel the blade bite into my skin when the damn guard got me. My right eye felt hollow, an empty hole in my head that I couldn't shut, and my right arm ended in a piece of broken bone. I felt it so deep this time, I woke up shaking. Took me a while to catch my breath. I've been having these dreams since I had Emily on the ship. Is this some kind of curse, since I confessed to her? It would serve me right, I guess. But how long will this go on, and what other dreams may come? I could hear Dot groaning in his sleep in the other room, saying my name. Maybe we're both dreaming our own penance. Looks like chocolate bar to me. Oh no. Deadly raid at the Albarca. It was a newspaper. A raid on the Albarca baths turned deadly as guards fought for their lives against the notorious eyeless gang. The Albarca had been under surveillance for weeks after the guard received a tip about unsavory activities there. They rushed in to break up the fighting ring, but ended up in a lethal showdown with vicious gang members instead. It's a proud day, thanks to the courage and diligence of my guards. Karnaca is a safer place. We removed dangerous villains from the streets and ended their illegal operations, said Captain Edward Legiano, leader of the raid. He reassured reporters that his guards sustained only minor injuries. No eyeless members survived.
The Grand Guard take down the eyeless. Ha! Choffers.
Choffers. No idea what that are, but doesn't sound good. Okay, this is our travel log. Sokolov established studio in Tuvia. Renowned natural philosopher and painter Anton Sokolov returned to Tuvia this week after years of retirement in Karnaca. Sokolov, whose inventions and technological marvels are famed throughout the Isles, was greeted with a fanfare and panoply due a national hero. A parade in his honor culminated in a festival on Mestros Square in Dabokva, where Sokolov gave a brief speech announcing the establishment of his studio. When asked about his future plans, the inventor responded, "I've already done enough for several lifetimes." The inventor was overwhelmed by the infernal noise of the parade and left the celebration early. He gave no indication whether or not his studio will accept apprentices. Empress Emily Coldwin moves to heal fractured empire. Yeah, I think we already read those one. This one I can't remember, but I don't think Billy changed these. This one was also already there. Changed these notes like since returning to her boat, but I'm not sure whether I recognize this one. And the first one also I don't really recognize. But I do recognize this title. Renovation projects in the tower districts are finally underway as the last funeral rites were performed for High Overseer Yul Kulan and the Brothers of the Faith, who died in an attempt to retake Dunwell Tower from the now deposed usurper Delilah Copperspoon. The Abbey of the Evening Man has spent the last several months consecrating and interring the remains of the fallen, while also removing dangerous and heretical objects from the Imperial Palace. With representatives from the Isles besides her, Empress Emily Coldwin issued a statement yesterday morning urging unity in the wake of this great tragedy. The Empire's strength is in its diversity of thought and action. Working together, there's nothing we can't accomplish. We are pleased to reassert our partnership with the sovereign nations of Morley, Serkonos and Tuvia for our mutual peace and prosperity. Following these proceedings, several imperial proclamations have been issued with the aim to restore trading networks and communication across the Isles. Several large-scale public works have been announced. with architectural firms in Circonos and Morley already competing for the commissions. Yeah, I do think it's a different text than initially was there, but I'm not quite sure. Okay, I think we're playing some guitar. Okay. Some culture. We took in some cultural music. I think it is time we head to Dot. The Lonely Red Boy and Other Tales, number 2. Oh, sometimes if I see 2, it means that often in the same room there's also part 1. So let's first look for part 1. Nothing here, huh? Come on, part 1. Where are you now? Do you think that part 1 was dislocated because I activated that power? I hope not. Okay, let's just read part 2. He had walked for hours, limping unsteadily, crossing the city as he avoided those who prowled the streets at night. He had found himself in an unknown part of Dunwall. His little rat nestled against his neck, one spot of warmth in the cold. A gentle sound beckoned him down an alleyway. He hesitated, then followed. The walls were slick with rainwater, the sound glancing off its stones like an echoing throat. At the end of the path rose a twisted construction of wood and wire. A piece of carved and polished bone hummed within. The boy heard a voice like the voice of the waves, cold and timeless. A shadow rose up, a radiant darkness that defied all sight. A young man who wandered lonely places, the outsider himself. When the flesh of the boy's left hand itched and smoldered, he did not look away. When the vision vanished, the outsider's mark remained. That night the boy climbed to the highest of Dunwall's jagged roofs and looked over the city. The towers and gables undulated under his eyes like a grand and shifting ocean. He saw all the lives that teemed beneath and was not afraid. Yeah, I think maybe that's about when Dot was marked by the outsider. Was there? He had walked up, he had found a boy, a young man who was one of the outsiders. When the flesh of the boys, okay, whatever. I'm curious about part 1, to be honest. And why would they in that location put part 1 and then in another location put part 2 and then in another location part 1? I would do it more chronological.
What happened to you? The outsider did this. What did he say?
I've had bad dreams for a while now, and he was never there. But I feel good, strong. Like all those years ago when we ran together. He didn't offer me his mark. Just said some cryptic shit. And left me with this.
I never knew what the black-eyed bastard wanted. Be careful. The outsider's gifts come with a price. You won't know until it's already been paid.
I didn't have much choice.
Neither do I. My connection to the void is fading.
Check out the size of the hands.
Soon, before it takes me forever.
You found a way to do it. To kill the outsider. How?
I spent years looking for an answer. I searched the Isles, tracked down a dozen crazy cults. But there's more to the Eyeless. They've got a relic, the knife that made the outsider. Thousands of years ago, it's here, in Karnaca.
A knife. So you want me to steal it?
Soon. First, we need to find out who leads the Eyeless, and where they keep that knife. They're powerful people, wealthy or noble or both. I don't know their names, but they all have an esoteric tattoo that sets them apart. Those low-ranking thugs at the boxing club talked about getting inked in the Red Camellia in the Upper Syria district.
I'll go there and see what I can find. Try to rest out.
I couldn't do this on my own anymore, Billy. Thank you.
You're welcome, Dot. The Red Camellia, that's our objective. Eyeless client list. Okay. Eyeless remain eyesore for our city. 2 raids by the grain cart occurred last night, resulting in few arrests as investigations continued into the activities of the gang known as the Eyeless. This is indeed a tattoo that I think to have seen on several Eyeless members. Wanted for the reprehensible murder of beloved Empress Jessamine Coldwin. Dot. This yeah, I already read that one. Going east. Thanks for loaning us the skiff. We'll follow the coast east to slip past the port guards. Ruiz says the Aristos are gasping for wine-down caviar, so that's our cargo. The Aristos, that's I think the aristocrats. We'll be back next week. I'll stow the boat at the waterlock in Upper Syria district, like we talked about. Don't worry, I'll take good care of it. I know a sturdy skiff's worth its weight in coin these days. Marilyn. I think this might be a contract, because it's pretty specific as regards location and stuff. So let's see if that indeed pops up. No, it doesn't. It doesn't become a mission clue. Going east, I read. Empress moves to the hill. We read. Socliff established studio. We read. Deadly raid at the Albarca. We read. Restless night. We read. I am now only pretty curious about the Red Boy Part 1. Would this be it? No. Dot's journal. She found me. I'm not surprised. Only grateful. If anyone in the Isles could have found me, it was Lurk. She's just as capable as she always was. I remember when she was young. She wasn't the first street kid to join my gang, but she was the first to show real promise. I took her in and oversaw her training myself. She took to the life more quickly and more desperately than most. I watched her grow up, get stronger, faster. She was always trying to impress me, but each year she became a little more ruthless, a little colder. She liked wearing that mask. I turned her into what she was, just like the outsider made me. When she betrayed me, I had no one but myself to blame. Now she's something else. I'm not sure what. I can't guess the kind of life she has led without me. Who she's hurt or who she's cared about. She knows that I forgave her a long time ago, but I wonder, sometimes, if she ever thought to forgive me. Deep, deep, deep. Fitting for a deep playthrough. All really nice, but we are looking for our booklet. And not because I so like the story, but just because I find it stupid that we find part 1 without part 2. Is it here? No, we're in the kitchen. Why would a Red Boy's booklet be in the kitchen? Maybe... Holy smack.
That's not possible. My arm, my eye. It's just like the dreams.
She can see it all. The void breaking and spreading through all the cracks. Like seawater sinking on the ship.
Okay, one thing I must not forget, and which I think I tend to forget, is that paintings can be also objectables. What do we have here? This is the camera. Very nice. Mr. Dodd sleeping off his elderly dom. No, it really is not here. I know this is also not nice to watch as a playthrough, probably, or not very exciting. But still, lore maps going east. We read this. Right trigger, nothing. Lore. The Lonely Red Boy and Other Tales, number 2. In other sections... Okay, we could take that map. So we have Colebron Plaza, 1, 2, Red Camellia Beauty Parlor. That's where we are heading, I think, to get the ink setter. Cienfuegos Pharmacy, Ten Fire Pharmacy, if my Spanish doesn't betray me. 4, Dolores Michaels Bank. Christopher Jerk's Office, 5. Carriage Station, 6. That's probably where we will arrive. And the bank probably maybe has some loot for us. In other sections where we encountered several booklets in one series, they were all in the same section. And that doesn't seem to be the case here. Sorry guys, but I'm just clicking some random locations to see. If I'm overlooking stuff. Would it have been to do with that power that I activated? This is not it. I already clicked this. It's totally useless. Clicked it now 3 times. Okay, let's just forget about it. Although it leaves somewhat of an unsatisfactory feeling behind. Given that we try to do the run as complete as possible. But yeah, what can you do? Not much. Maybe tweak the lens. Nope. Or okay, maybe we still have some environment to go. We read that one. No, we do not. It's really simply going outside. Hello, book, where are you? Do you think it was... No, but it also wasn't the power, because it would also be really weird if they would have these two of these books in this little room besides each other on the bed, for instance. Maybe we already read the first part in the first chapter, that there's one part in each chapter, but that doesn't really mesh nice with other sections where several parts of a series were in the same room or area.
All our lives, the Abbey of the Everyman tells us to hate him.
For once, they're right.
So are we working for the Abbey now?
I don't know. Maybe. Could very well be. We're like the everyman. Okay, let's go. Sorry, I'm getting totally carried away with this. Bourbon rum. Ah, we have a nice drum of rum. By the way, what a weird drum for rum. It looks more like a, I don't know, a steam engine or anything. Or something. Okay, we are back on our nice little boat. Very cool vessel. Not the best condition, but sturdy as an ox. Only there is not that much to be found. Also what I like is that the water now has different wave activity than the first time we were here. First time it was way more rough. The weather was more gloomy. Now it's a nicer day. So they do a really good job of mixing that up, and also the lighting. This looks amazing. To be totally honest. What's happening over here? We are painting the ship or something. I also like these ships, which actually grow wider instead of yeah, the other way around, towards the bottom. It looks a bit science fiction-y. But there is not really any use lingering around here. Let's check the foredeck. Always important as a captain. You periodically have to check your vessel. Is this cable still okay? Yes, it is. Is it still up on top connected? Yes, it is. Okay, it passed the check. And here are my metal poles, which are elementary, crucial for the correct functioning of our esteemed vessel. Do we? I also really like the rust that they gave it. The first game that really got that a bit right was a rust and a bit of realistic lighting. Was Half-Life 2 with the buggy. The buggy was also rusty, and also I think the boat with the propeller at the back, like the amphibious vehicle. Those were also pretty in bad condition, but that looked actually really yeah, authentic. This rust here and the water here reminds me slightly a bit of that game world, Half-Life 2, the outside part. Yes, it's a cool boat. Strange design, but yeah, steampunk is where it's at. Okay guys, I was not planning on doing this, but I am going to. I am going to take a sneak peek to the internet and see where Red Boy Book Part 1 was or is. I'm too curious, and otherwise I simply will forget about it. One moment, always there, almost there. do Dishonored. Death Outsider. No, I cannot quickly find it. Maybe also because the game is out only pretty recently. Maybe the wiki is still under development. But yeah, I hope to see part 1 of that story later on. I doubt whether we will find it. But yeah, you never know. Yes, we will go to Upper Syria. Thank you very much. Ignition. See you later. By the way, guys, I think this is also a good moment to within shortly cut off this 4th part of the playthrough and continue it in a 2nd part before my PC crashes again. Okay, I'm reading out the screen. Follow the ink. In his quest to kill the outsider, Dodd has learned of a special twin blade knife that is being held somewhere in Upper Syria. I don't know if we already read that. Let's check on the tutorial tips or the screen tips. Displace on a target. If you displace on a living target, they will explode into pieces and you will be hurt. Contracts. Completing a contract. Okay, if I'm silent, that means we already read it. If I'm not reading out one. Scouting for bone charms. Bone charms are easy to detect when scouting the area with foresight. Retreating with displace. You can deploy a displace marker in a strategic place, allowing you to retreat from a dangerous situation. Voltaire gun overcharge. Charging a shot for too long will result in involuntary firing. Displace. You can use displace through fences or windows if a marker is already deployed on the other side. Black market. You can find new contracts at the black market as well as bone charms, ammunition and upgrades. Semblance. Using semblance to impersonate a specific target will open up a whole new set of opportunities. Wow, that's indeed, I can imagine. Especially if you do a high ranking character or whatever, if you look like them. Semblance and wolfhounds. You can deceive humans with semblance, but wolfhounds aren't as easily fooled. They will recognize you by your scent. You can toggle the hook mine grab force to make it lethal or not. Yeah, okay. Already got that one. Semblance on corpses. You can impersonate an unconscious target, but you can't impersonate the dead. Void energy. Your powers consume void energy, a resource that replenishes over time. Foresight. You can deploy a displace marker during your exploration with foresight. Neutralizing with semblance. You can choke or assassinate enemies while impersonating someone else. But if you are seen, the illusion will be broken. Black bone charms. Certain black bone charms can add powerful effect to your supernatural abilities. That was it. And we are in Syria. Hello Syria, here we come. Looks again amazing. Really has like a Bioshock Infinite vibe to it in my book. Although it's not a floating city, but yeah, still. Maybe that's also a bit of a testament to Bioshock Infinite. That game also looked pretty well on the Unreal 3 engine. Well, this game is of course much more recent and should be more technologically advanced. The only thing, I like the steampunk world, but I would hate the civil servants that decided it was a good plan to plant windmills in the middle of an urban area. But yeah, maybe that's just me. Man, this looks super cool. Also cool that you have like this, on the one hand what I told you, the steampunk realm is like pretty advanced, like with electricity, the trams, electric trams and stuff, but also super classic, like having like a wooden carriage. It's not like a steel tram, it's the plating is wood. So that's cool. I find that cool. And also, for instance, this little station, it's like classical, almost Victorian era English design, architecture. Displays. Displays allows you to deploy a marker by holding left trigger and then swap position with it by pressing left trigger again. Displays requires unobstructed line of sight and you must be within range of your marker. You can swap through fences and glass windows, but you can deploy a marker through them. If you displace on another character's position, he will explode in pieces, but you will be hurt in the process. That's a cool effect. Can't wait to make some tactical use of it. But first, let's get our bullet. Or whatever it is. Okay guys, I find this a really fitting moment to cut the video short. It's full of anticipation of what is yet to come. At least
say to some unusual gossip over dinner. Marvelous.
I'm game if you are.
I'm game if you are. Marvelous. Anyhow, I'm full of anticipation. I have to cut the video short also to guarantee it will not go lost during a possible PC crash. Edermeyer Institute. Massage Solarium Baths. Relax and heal all affliction of the body in this luxurious, one-of-a-kind establishment favored by the aristocracy around the Isles. Rothwild whale meats. Collected from the terrible deep of the ocean and tinned at various canneries associated with the well-respected Rothwild slaughterhouse. Rothwild. Prices: pretty pectoral fins 123.50, brain 332.80, white ribs 35, left parcel or whatever, leg parcel. Wild Rothwild potted meats, the freshest and the most affordable for the health of your family. Again, the local commercial agencies, advertisement agencies are running overtime here yeah, I don't even know where we are. Where are we? Let's see where we are. Oh. Syria. Yeah, of course this doesn't say anything. Yeah, Serkonos is where we are. That's the southern isle, I guess. They have like pretty active commercial advertisements going on. What I also noticed there with the aristocracy and stuff, there's quite some mentioning of it. And also if you look at these dudes over here,
Someone else's time.
they talk like... Wait, what did he say?
We should rent another boat sometime soon. That would be just the thing.
We should rent another boat sometime soon. They also seem to be aristocrats. So that whole class dependent society actually also is a pretty well fallback to a Victorian age or even current day English British society. So that is again what I find funny of those steampunk worlds. Not only the architecture like this, which really mixes up classic with modern, like this is also has some modern sci-fi things going for it, but it's also in the culture itself. It has classical elements. Like these guys, they could just as well pop out of 1700, 1600 British society, or 1800. I don't know when it was, Victorian age or something like that. That's really funny. I myself am not really a proponent of class-based systems, but or strict hierarchies. I mean, do whatever you do, you should be based on merit, not on heritage. But still, it's cool. I understand where they're coming from. I think the best place to cut it off, this video, is when we go through this gate. So then means we first have to check out this sign still. We already read them all. That one we read, dance calendar we read, and this one I think we also read. So we got that one out of the way. So yeah, that's where part 5 of the videos will commence. We will head into Syria and we will try to find the tattoo shop. See you there. Hopefully you will return for the next part. As always, keep on gaming. See you later, guys.